we did an audit of 282 water fountains in Auckland, and with our results we were very pleased with what we found. Out of the 282 fountains, there was only 3 that were vandalised, so it showed us that the community really value these water fountains as an asset in the public areas. Almost all of the fountains were functioning, so when you press the button, water came out, which is a really good start. And 70% of the fountains were drinkable and 62% of the fountains were clean.
So talk to me about the drinkability then. So 70% were drinkable, which means 30% weren't. So in what way were they not drinkable?
So when we were looking at drinkability, we weren't looking at the water itself. In Auckland, we're very lucky to have good water quality. We were looking at the water flow rates from the fountains, the water heights, the accessibility to the fountains. And then with cleanliness, we were looking at things like rubbish, any mould or discoloration within 1 centimetre of the spout of the fountains.
So it's in actually finding things around where the water is coming out from. So not necessarily the sort of the tray or the sort of dish around it.
Yeah, so we focused on right close up to the spout where the water comes out.
Did you find that it was certain areas that tended to be worse, or is it just around the city, it didn't matter where you were, that you found the worst fountains, I guess?
So we haven't actually looked at that aspect of the data. So the data's there to be looked at that way if in the future if necessary. One thing we did find is that it depended on like how much shade or sun the fountain was exposed to with its cleanliness. So if things were in more shadier, wetter areas of like a park or something, then obviously they didn't have the sun exposure to decrease the mould growth.
And so now the council's making sure that the fountains that you've highlighted as being either unclean or maybe hard to drink from, they're going to try and correct that. That's right?
Yeah, so with the Auckland project, Auckland Council, Watercare and Auckland Transport are partners on the project. So we're actually working with them, we're sharing this information with them so that they can attend to these issues that might be with the fountains at the moment, and then look at updating a maintenance schedule so that in the future these issues don't continue to arise.
What was the most surprising or sort of shocking thing that you saw at the fountain? Like, what was I guess almost like the worst of it?
There's only like a handful of fountains that I can remember that were like the worst. There was some that had rubbish all in the bowl, so you couldn't actually drink from it. But other than that, nothing super shocking.
So did that in a way surprise you, that actually so many were at a good standard, that are easily usable?
Yeah, that was really surprising and really pleasing to see that we do have lots of fountains in Auckland and that they are ready to be used and can be used for the public to drink from.
And were you seeing lots of people going up and using them while you were wandering around?
Not so much when I was wandering around because I was using the fountain, but I would be like taking pictures of them and testing them out and getting my ruler out, and I'd get public come and ask me what I was doing, so I was able to tell them about the Why Auckland campaign, which is really, really cool to have that conversation.
So why were you getting a ruler out, just out of interest?
So when we were looking at drinkability, we were measuring the flow rate of the water, so we had centimetre measurements as cut-off for flow high enough, so the height of the water measures like if we can drink it or not.
So because I guess there's 2 uses, aren't there, for the water fountains? It's like filling up your bottle or just literally grabbing a drink and putting your mouth under. So you're looking at both of those things?
Yeah. So there was some fountains would have a bottle tap on the side as well. So we'd look to make sure that a bottle would be easily filled up with that one, and then the spout drinking height, see if you can get your face and your mouth under there and drink it easily.
Why is it so important that we have access to clean water fountains?
So on average, New Zealanders drink 221 cans of soft drink a year. So Why Auckland is looking to make water the first choice for Aucklanders, because it's much better for their health and their dental health, obesity and stuff like that that's related with sugary drink consumption. So having the accessibility to the fountains allows them to make that water their first choice.
And I guess it also maybe helps with the reduce of plastic bottles?
Yeah, definitely. So the cost of, you can fill up 7,000 glasses of water for the cost of one litre of bottled water. So it's not only saving the environment by being able to refill bottles, it's also saving you money.
So can you just talk me through this fountain here and what state's this one in?
So this fountain here, as you can see, so if you look right up by the spout, it's very clean around there. There's no obvious mould or growth or anything. Then if you look at the tray with the little slits, this is where we can see some discoloration and growth within there. But obviously that's quite far away from where the water comes out. And then if you just look at the back here of the fountain, so this is a water bottle filling tap, so people can come here and fill their bottles up much faster in this tap than they would have to in a regular spout.
That makes it easy.
Yeah.
And then you'd also normally, aside from the fact that this one doesn't work today, you would normally look at how high that water gets.
So we'd press the button and then get the ruler out and measure the peak height.
On a cleanliness scale, this one would be...
It would be clean. Yeah.